today, but if no one comes, I'll just do a Year 11 Maths A tutorial, and hopefully when people get here, they might benefit from whatever is remaining. So, Year 11 Maths A. And I guess the topic we're going to cover today will be on a bit of data. So we're going to talk briefly about data. And some of the things we're going to talk about include categorizing data, what else? Collecting data, organizing data, and representing data, and analyzing data. Probably didn't need to write the word data every time, but these are the things we could talk about, and I'll just go through them slowly one by one. People that are watching, was there anything you were looking for, or should I just keep going? Okay, I guess that means you just want me to keep going. So let's start with categorizing data. So data can be categorized in as two things. Okay, so let's just do that. Let's draw another chart. So data can be categorized as quantitative, and qualitative. Quantitative and qualitative. So let's see. Another word for quantitative is also numerical. And another word for qualitative is categorical. So numerical data is basically data to do with numbers. So any sort of data with a numerical quantity. So for example, I have $3 in my pocket, or you have two brothers, or you live on, let's say, 400 meters squared of land, or your house is 200 meters squared in size. These are all numerical data. And then categorical data or qualitative data is when the data is based on words. So, for example, your hair color. Your hair color is black or blonde or red or whatever your hair color is. That's qualitative. And then what else is qualitative? Anyone that's watching have any ideas? No? Okay. So just talking to myself again. Qualitative, or I guess your name is qualitative, right? What else? Your name is qualitative. Your address, right? whatever your street name is, that's probably qualitative. So data that's based on text is qualitative. Okay, so let's continue to examine these a little bit further. So quantitative data can be categorized again into discrete and continuous. Discrete data and continuous data. So discrete data is when you can count usually you can count discrete values. So the most obvious one is the number of people. Okay, because you're always counting how many people are somewhere, how many people are at a party, how many people are on the bus. Okay, so the thing is, with discrete data, there's nothing in between the numbers. Okay, so for example, you can't have half a person, can you? You can't have what else is discrete? The number of pencils in your pencil case. You can't have half of that. The number of cars on the road, the number of people, cars, or just how many of anything. Okay, how many cars do you have? How many? Boom. Got a bit of a mind blank right now. How many of something? That's how many of something is discrete. Continuous. Continuous data is data you can measure. Okay, if you have to measure it with some sort of instrument, then it's probably continuous. So measured data. So what are some examples of that? Continuous data, anybody? So continuous data, let's say we have measured temperature is measured, right? Because the temperature right now is what? I don't know, 18 degrees or 20 degrees. It's usually a result of you measuring it. And it can take any value, even with decimal numbers. So for example, you could have, I don't know, 18.21 degrees, right? It can take up any value on the number line. So if I draw a number line, okay, let's say we got the number of degrees. Let's say we got starting with 10 degrees Celsius, 11 degrees, 12 degrees, 13 degrees, and so on. And let's go 9 degrees and so on. Okay, it keeps going forever. Now, the value of continuous data can be anywhere on this line. You can highlight this whole thing. It can be anywhere. So for example, it could be here. It could be 13.2342 degrees or more. You can have as many decimal numbers as you want. Oh, I need a sneeze. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, when it's live, there's so many things you can't pause. Actually, I should be able to stop the recording. So if I turn this off, so I can turn stuff off. Yeah, I've got to learn to do that. So continuous data, measured data, temperature. Can someone name something else that's usually measured? I don't know. Temperature, distance. Alright, you can say I've driven 100 kilometers. 100.13 kilometers today. But you can also use different units for that. So your pen might be 12.23 centimeters long. So that's continuous data. Qualitative. So qualitative data. Again, you can categorize that. So data that's based on text, we're going to categorize in two ways. We're going to say either they are ordinal or nominal. Ordinal or nominal. So ordinal is when the data is ranked. Okay, where there is some sort of order. So order exists. And then here, order does not exist. So let's start with nominal because it's easier to come up with examples for that. So nominal data is hair color, name, what else? Oh, I think I just lost my mouse. Oh no. Nominal data. Name of things. Oh, that's pretty much. What else can you have other than names? Description. Description of things. So for example, e.g., is it a hot day today? Cold. Actually, that could be ordered. So I'm not sure if I can put that under here. Because hot or cold, there's an order between them. But description of a person. What they look like, for example. Yeah, so when I think of something else, I'll come back. But hair color, names, teams. So really that comes under names. But for example, let's say in the NBA, right? You got Chicago Bulls, you got Utah Jazz, right? Miami Heat, all these team names, they are nominal as well. Okay, what about ordinal data? Ordinal is when you can order the data. Okay, so for example, what grade did you get on your tests? Grades. A, B, C, D, E. Right? Next, can you do something about translations? Well, what maths is that? Titans Guild. I get a feeling that you're talking about Math C. Are you? Grades A, B, C, D, E, and then what else is there? Boom, boom, boom. Ordinal data, survey. In geometry, what year are you? So surveys, in a survey, you might answer something as strongly agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. Right? That's also, there is some sort of order between them. So ordinal is when the data is still not numerical and you can put them in some sort of order. Whereas hair color, name, there's really not much order between them. So yeah, that's basically how you classify data. Any sort of data needs to be classified into one of these. High school level geometry. I really don't know what sort of reflections you want. Is it to do with matrices or what? What do you have to reflect? So, Titans, are you in Australia or not? So yeah, let's keep going with this. So what did I say I was going to talk about? So we've got data, categorizing. Now let's talk about collecting data. So there are a few ways we could collect data off people. Okay, so you're not in Australia, okay, and you guys studied geometry. You did reflections. Translations, reflections. I really don't know what you guys did at school. Your country's always... Yeah, listen, I don't know. Today I was planning to help Australians with their exams, so if you email me with a specific question, I can probably help you with that. Otherwise, geometry is a pretty big field. I mean, we do we do translations, reflections about using matrices, but you probably don't know what that is. Did you do matrices? Do you know what matrices are? Can't even type right now. Okay, so if I start talking about matrices, you'll probably be really confused. Oh, okay then. All right. Well, have a good night. Thanks for the message. Okay, so collecting data. Let's talk about collecting data. What do we have? We have 3 ways of collecting data from people. And the first way is by observation. Okay, the first way is by observation, and basically we have usually you would go to, for example, the supermarket or somewhere like that. So let's say you want to collect some data about prices of Coke, prices of soft drink. Let's just say orange juice. Okay, a specific brand. I don't drink orange juice, but you guys can imagine. So let's say I have 3 supermarkets. Right, I might have Woolworths, and let's say you have, I don't know, Coles, and you might decide to, let's say, collect some data about the 1 liter orange juice, and it costs $1.50 at Woolworths and maybe $1, I don't know, 40 at Coles or something like that. Just observation. Oh, fig tree. Fig tree again. Hello, how's it going? 1 liter, let's say 1.5 liters. So 1.5 liters, it might cost $2. Actually, let's do, $2 at Woolworths and $2.10 at Coles or something like that. So that's another way of collecting data, is by observation. Yep. Okay. Second method of collecting data. Second method of collecting data is by using a survey. Okay, now with surveys, obviously things could be... Wait, what am I talking about? So with surveys, you typically want to construct a questionnaire. How do you spell that? Questionnaire. All right. You typically want to construct some sort of questionnaire. So with questionnaires, you basically have two types of questions. Okay, you have open questions and closed questions. So you might personally go up to people and hand this out, or you might, I don't know, how do you give out questionnaires? You might ring people and interview them. Any ideas? People that are listening, two people. So you could, I don't know, stand somewhere and give it to everyone that walks past you, or you could send a bunch to some sort of company or a school and just get them to hand it to every single person. Or a very popular one is a survey monkey. Right? You can, yes, very good, Fig Tree. Fig Tree, do I know you or not? So you can obviously ring people and find out, but basically open questions and closed questions. So an open question is when you can get people to say any sort of answer. Oh no, that's scary. So an answer could be something like, I don't know, what is your favorite movie? That could be an open question. Oops. Okay, Ali, you probably shouldn't be here because you probably have something more important to study. I can try to help you if you tell me what maths you're doing, maybe. I haven't taught Year 12 maths for a while. So, what is your favorite movie? I don't know. What is your favorite movie? And the answer can be anything. I don't know. I don't know. Probably doing something important. So, an answer to that could be, I don't know, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That could be your favorite movie. You can tell I watch a few Chinese movies, but total cost monthly repayments for a flat rate loan. Flat rate. Flat rate loan. Do those things even exist? Because flat rate loan. That's simple interest. What's the other one? The flat rate and reducing rate. I can probably try to help you with that if you want. You want me to switch to doing that instead? Closed questions is where you specify that they have to say the answer a certain way. So you can say, for example, circle one of the following. Circle one of the following options. Okay, and then you can say, you can ask them a question, but you can limit the responses. So you could say, how much is your yearly income? All right, we had to do a census lately in Australia where we got people to, I don't know, do a bit of Maths A revision. Okay. Yeah, why not? This is Maths A, but it's year 11. But I will try and I'll finish this off. Okay, this will only take like another 2 minutes, and then we might open up the year 12 Maths A and see what I can help you with. But just keep in mind, year 12, I haven't taught it for a few years, so don't take my word for it. How much is your yearly income? So your yearly income might be something like 0 to 180,000. No, 18,000, not 180. What am I talking about? And then 18,001 to, I don't know, 40,000. 40,000 to 70,000, or 70,000, 70,000 or more. Victory, just tell me before you leave, because if you leave, then I won't go to 12 Maths A. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So let me, yeah, so I could circle that, or I could circle that with a plus sign. Yeah, so that's closed question. You're limiting people's responses. Okay, so I'm going to switch to 12 Maths A now because someone has asked me a question about it. So let's stop here for 11 Maths A. So out of the 5 things, we have now done categorizing data and collecting data. And I will come back with some year 12 Maths A work. Okay, see you soon.